I'm here at the UFC Veteran Athlete Summit, and they're talking about a whole lot of stuff that a lot of us really, really need. I think that sometimes I'm a little bit ahead of people. Like I've got 2 gyms. I'm pretty good about saving my money. I'm pretty good at a lot of this stuff, but it's good to hear that I'm doing a lot of the things that they're recommending already. I'm definitely picking up some new things that I wasn't doing that I'm definitely gonna attend to when I get home. I have a gym, and my gym does great, but it could definitely do a lot better. So it's kind of just giving me some really, really good ideas. And honestly, the networking here with all the different guys that are here. We got all these guys like Tim Crater here, and there's a lot of people here that just kind of getting together when it's not like a super stressful fight week. Most of the time I see these guys, it's on fight week. I have a fight, they have a fight, all this stuff's going on. So it's kind of nice to kind of get here and just kind of hang out with people and not be worried about, what's going to happen on Saturday. They have a whole bunch of NFL guys here. They got some Hall of Famers. They got some Olympians. It's great to kind of hear guys that, that have done much better than some of us. Guys that someone was saying they were making like $10 million a contract or something. Like it's like big money, and still they're still running into problems. They're still having shortcomings, and more money just doesn't make all these problems go away. There's still gaps and things we have to really pay attention to. Whether you're making $10 million or you're making $500,000, whatever it is you're making, so it's awesome kind of hearing from people that are doing really, really well, and still, things that they weren't paying attention to, that, kind of learning from their experience and kind of not making the same mistakes, not having the same failures. I don't really know. Everyone's always like, oh, how many more fights are you going to do? And for me, it's like, it really comes down to, how happy I am, how healthy I am. I love training. I feel like I'm getting better all the time. I thought I won the Miller fight, but even though I lost, it was one of my best performances ever. Like I felt happy, I felt healthy. I came out of the fight pretty good, but it's the way it goes. I'm 32 years old, and we got guys like Bisping and Dan Henderson. And they're close to 40 and over 40, and Bisping just won the title. So it's like I don't think it's like the end. But it's one of those things, like, since I had my first fight in the UFC, I've always been thinking, what am I going to do after? I had a full-time job, and after my first fight in the UFC 63, I went back to work on Monday. And I went back to work for like a year before I quit my job. And I've always been, thinking about the end, so I'm paying attention to it, but I don't see any signs of slowing down. I think it all comes down to experience. I have a way more experience now. Like before I was like all super starstruck by, all these different guys like BJ Penn and George St. Pierre and all these other guys, and guys I have tons of respect for, but I was like in awe, and like I didn't want to even like look in their direction, and now it's like these guys I see and I talk to and hang out with, and so it's changed, but I really think it's just, becoming more familiar with everything and more experience. And just, now I'm one of those guys that's been around for a long time. Like I love being able to give advice to, guys that are coming up, like, oh, how do I deal with this? How do I deal with that? Like a lot of things I had to figure out on my own, some things I had help with, but over the last 10 years, I've learned a lot, and, I think it's awesome to be able to help out other guys, kind of figure it out, point them in the right direction.